We're seeing some existential threats to blockchain, but also a great opportunity arising. And this also applies to Cronos. So guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. This video is sponsored by Wolfswap and their trading platform. Easily swap CRO to any other token directly on the Cronos chain. There are a great deal of things that I want to talk about today in this video, but I find this topic really interesting, and it isn't really directly related to Cronos, but I think it's a great warning for basically all investors out there, and also with a great opportunity. So this, guys, is all about the Kadena blockchain. And you might have heard about Kadena has been running since 2021, if I'm correct. But it made a big public announcement yesterday. We regret to announce that the Kadena organization is no longer able to continue business operation and will be ceasing all business activity and active maintenance of the Kadena blockchain immediately. Basically, guys, Kadena is shutting down. Well, one difference though. So the Kadena blockchain is not owned or operated by the company. As a truly decentralized proof-of-work smart contract blockchain, that's a mouthful, the network is operated by independent miners, while on-chain smart contracts and protocols are governed independently by their maintainers. So they're saying, well, guys, the Kadena company is shutting down, but, well, we still have the blockchain running, which, of course, is decentralized, and therefore, well, things should be okay. However, if we take a look at the token price for the Kadena blockchain, it is definitely not okay. Guys, Kadena, the token here, went already from about 36 cents all the way down to now 7 cents. Basically, guys, it is becoming worthless. We see it's almost getting close to that scam wick that we had on the 10th of October. But I want to dive deep really onto this announcement, because I think this will be the first of many. There are, just simply said, way too many blockchains without true product market fit. And also, just too little revenue. Guys, simply said, if you want to maintain anything, it will cost you money. It will cost you money for salaries. It will cost you money for infrastructure. It will cost you all kind of different money. And many of these blockchains that we got in 2021, but also already in 2018, they got typically funded by VC money. And VC money is running out. And therefore, to take a look, is our blockchain truly making some profit? That can be with the gas fees, or that can be by some other form. For example, Solana is now also selling phones. Don't know how profitable that business is, but okay. There are, of course, other ways also to make a profit for the organization. And sometimes also it is selling the own token. What you see, for example, here is that I don't think they sold their own token. But for example, the XRP company, Ripple, sometimes does sell a bit of their XRP from their treasury. In the whole history of crypto, there's only a handful of examples of blockchains and projects that could thrive even though the founding party or founding father left the scene. One of those examples, I would say, a category of its own, Bitcoin. Of course, Satoshi Nakamoto, he completely disappeared. But thanks to a loyal fan base and also the Bitcoin core team, Bitcoin is still doing amazing. Also as a chain, but of course also as a token. And then we also have Dogecoin. Dogecoin was created as a joke, but thanks to the big fan base of Doge, we also have a thriving chain for Doge specifically. Guys, so there's one thing happening. If the project that you are supporting doesn't have a loyal fan base and also, well, a core team would say to support it, it becomes very, very hard to maintain a blockchain going forward. So I do believe that Kadena is not going to make it. And I don't think it's really that bad, because simply said, guys, there are way too many blockchains. So more are going to disappear. And some may say then, well, Cronos is a relatively small chain with not that much activity. Will it disappear? And I think it is one of these examples that is not going to disappear, because it has a party, a founding party, Crypto.com, that has a great revenue model. So even if Cronos is operating at a loss for a long time, as long as daddycrypto.com thinks Cronos is strategically important, it's going to be supported for the long term. And so far, guys, Cronos is also being used as the core infrastructure, for example, for the crypto.com NFT marketplace and also in other parts as well. So I think that Cronos has a strategic need. Therefore, I think Cronos is actually in a good position where we see multiple chains, I think, slowly disappearing from the environment. Cronos is here to actually stick. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that Cronos will remain? What do you think about this Kadena story? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button and also strap in. Having said that, we also have some good news. So let's talk about that after a quick word of today's sponsor. Did you guys know that Wolfswap started as an NFT marketplace, but well, it made a switch quite soon to also trading tokens because, well, NFTs aren't that hot anymore. Or well, recently, it became a lot hotter here with the Wolfie NFTs by Wolfswap. 5,212 unique NFTs on the Cronos chain with also some exclusive perks. And now you can trade them on places like, for example, Ambitious Bay, Minted, but also recently on crypto.com NFT, so right within the crypto.com app as well. So really cool, guys. And that's not the only thing. They also still have Amplify and different contests. Check out Wolfswap right now in the link in the description down below. Anyways, let's talk some more about the CRO price action as well. And we've been following this reversal really for the CRO token, and it should be following, give or take, this line. So far, it starts to deviate a little bit here because it's going down and we expect it to go up. But still, guys, it typically only rhymes, not exactly repeats. So nothing is truly lost, in my opinion. And if you take a look at a different CRO chart, I think if you zoom out a little bit, you can see a formation that we could call potentially a double bottom here. So we do see forming here a bottom, then we go up a bit more and we go down a bit more. So if we are truly going to form a new bottom over here, we could potentially be going up once more for the CRO token, completing the W setup. Luckily also, there's one argument that might support or case for more upward momentum, and those are the CME gaps. You might have seen my tweet, and I tweet those at the Coin Baron, so make sure to follow me there. But we do see that we have a CME gap for Bitcoin, and those fill 90% out of the time within the first 3 weeks, really, of trading. So what we see here are the CME gaps. So every Friday, the stock market, the CME stock market closes. We don't do trading in the weekend in the normal stock market. So Bitcoin futures then also stop trading. And those CME gaps typically tend to be like a magnet. I posted this, I think, only 21st. But I was talking about probably filling here this CME gap. And so far, it does seem like it is playing out. Because if we open the CME futures here, we can see we quickly wicked into this CME gap pattern. So now, guys, this I can actually turn into green because we did fulfill the promise of fulfilling the CME gap. The next one that we need to touch is the 116,000 CME gap. And we almost went there not that long ago. As you can see, we still need to go a bit higher. There might be some more resistance for Bitcoin, but I think if we can actually cross that resistance, there is one way to go, and that is up. And then we can also fill this CME gap. And typically, guys, 90% chance that we fulfill this gap. And maybe also from that point onwards, you might be able to go up because we're still talking, of course, about October. October is all about how are we going to close the month of October. And historically seen, it always ends up in the green if we also had a green September. So fingers crossed, guys, but I would say the overall environment is also looking good, especially with an expected rate cut happening near the end of October. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, and we still might go down a bit more, but then we can still complete that W pattern. So I think still we can be looking a bit more bullish in the short term. Having said that, I want to say a few final words also about that Kadena network. And I want to say that when one platform goes down, it also creates more space and more liquidity for a different platform. And I also posted about this on Twitter. So if there are any Kadena builders or validators out there or miners looking for a new home, come check out the Cronos chain. Because, guys, like I mentioned, it is backed by crypto.com as a builder fund of $100 million and also quite a loyal CRO fam community. So I think when more networks are going down, it will free up more space for the actual sustainable chains in the future. So just a few final words, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about all this news and also what you think about the CRO price. And also don't forget to hit that like button, strap in, and check out some other videos about the Cronos chain.